Yo, YouTube, what's good? It's your boy Virgo King 93 back in the building. What's going on? You know what it is. Also, my alter ego, Thirst King. You know what it is. What's going on, everybody? Oh man, today we're gonna be reviewing Classroom of the Elite Season 1. So let's get into this bitch. Alright. I'm back. I'm back. I fucked up, but I'm back. Alright, y'all. So we're gonna get into this. Classroom of the Elite, bro. This is this anime pretty much is about a school in Tokyo that is funded by the government, and this is supposed to be one of the high end schools in Japan. And this school is known for graduating 100% of its students and guaranteeing 100% of them jobs, which is crazy, given the population in Tokyo in real life. But it's just crazy. The school, it only accepts a certain amount of students. I don't know how they accept, but we got thrown into this world. They didn't tell us how they accept students, but there's a minimum amount. Each class, I think, has like 25 students. There are four classes in total. I think each year there's class A, B, C, and D. Now, this anime starts off pretty gritty. It basically the first episode, we get these students. They come to campus and they learn that they have to live on campus. It's like college, but a high school, and everything they need will be provided for them um, on and off campus. And how they do that is they earn points every month. They're giving 100,000 points a month to buy whatever it is they want. It could be from video games, books, clothes, shampoo, anything like that. They're able to, go to lounges like juice bars. I don't play video games. There's arcades on the campus. This school is high end as fuck, and they learn this that they get those them points, and given first years, when they get money, a lot of people you always get those students that happen to just blow money. You know what I'm saying? It's points, but we're gonna call it money. You know what I'm saying? In the sense, it's money, but they tend to blow this money. Some of them, and you give somebody an inch, they're gonna take a mile. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what these students did with this money, and so they assumed that they were gonna get this every month. But what these students did was they spent all this money on their first day of school. They blew it within a month, actually, not the first day. They blew it within a month. They assumed that they were going to get these points. But while they were in class, all they did was slack off, eat, sleep, become tardy. Absences became ridiculous. Like, it's crazy. And the teacher did not give a fuck. The teacher still went up on still continued the lesson regardless if they were paying attention or not. She didn't give a fuck. So this goes on for a whole month, like them just slacking off. Not every student, but the majority of students are slacking off in that class. This is class D I'm talking about. And it turns out when it was time for them to get their next 100,000 points, they didn't get it. This is the only class that did not get it. Class C, B, and A all got their points. But Class D, they were sitting there like wondering, like, hey, yo, why do we get our points? Turns out, with all those absences, tardiness, all those assignments failed, all those tests, all those quizzes failed, that why should they didn't earn no points. Turns out the whole entire school system it goes based off this thing called the S system, which is student points. And basically, you have to earn everything. The school judges everybody based on merit, so everything is earned. So that's one thing I like about this anime. Like they brought me into this world where, like, they gave these kids a taste of reality. Like this is what the real world has to offer. If you don't work for it, you ain't finna get it. You ain't finna earn it. And some people really think like, hey, you could just slack off. You just gonna get all this without putting in no work by slacking. That's what I like. That's what I got from it. I was like, oh, okay, this is tight, man. These kids, they fucked up. They fucked up. So they realized, a lot of these students, they came to the realization like, oh shit, we can't fuck up no more. Like we cannot fuck up. whatsoever. Like otherwise, we ain't gonna get no points. You know what I'm saying? So in a sense, it came down to the class in general. Some of the students coming together. Well, they actually all ended up coming together pretty much. But you had your your students, like a dude named Soto on there who who just didn't want nothing to do with it because all he did was wanted to play basketball. He was hot headed, tempered. They ended up having to come together to prepare for the midterm. In the midterm, if you fail it, you get expelled. And also, since classes are ranked D through A, or I'm sorry, or A through D, whichever you want to call it, because A is the top and D is the bottom. Um, who like this is how it works? Okay, the class with the most points, it's a scale. Okay, let's say we got class C and we got class D. If they end up with more points than class C, they become class C, and class C becomes class D. So they're at the bottom of the barrel. So what they all did was basically pull together and basically they're trying, to get out that hole, being in class D. You got certain students that just want to pass the class and at least get to class C so they won't be at the bottom. Then you got some students in their class that want to be part of class A, which that's their goal. But it turns out, like it's not just about your goal. It's a class effort. It officially became a class effort to reach that goal, because your whole entire class has to earn those points in order to get that high. So we see them pulling together slowly, but there's certain students in there that hate each other completely. Some of them hide it from each other. But eventually a lot of them ended up getting along, and it's pretty crazy, right? It's pretty crazy. So I thought this school, I thought they were gonna give us a lot more competition with these classes. Like they kind of did, but it wasn't what I expected. Um, all right, so let's talk about some of the characters a little bit. Two of the characters in general. Aiko Nokiji, I think that's how you say his name. Is very hard to pronounce. He is our protagonist of this show, and this nigga has like no fucking personality whatsoever. Fucking ever. This nigga is the most bland nigga I ever met in my life. It's like this nigga's like black licorice, nigga. It's like it's fucking disgusting. Like, like, but this kid, he is very smart, man, and he's part of the reason why the class came together. You know what I'm saying? Started to come together. But for some reason, he always wants to avoid the spotlight. He never wants to be the center of attention, regardless. People are drawn to him for some reason, though they are. But whenever they come to him, he doesn't complain. Whenever they tell him to do something, he don't complain. He just does it. Like I don't know why, and he just for some reason he just doesn't want to stand out. And then whenever it's something he does for the class, he doesn't want to take credit for it. He'll end up saying somebody else did it, which brings us into our other character, Suzune, I believe that's how you say it. She is another character with damn near no personality as well. Well, she has more of a personality than Koji. She has way more of a personality than him. The only thing about her, she's very antisocial. She believes isolation is independence. You know what I mean? But that's her way of thinking. She doesn't want nothing from nobody. She feel like she doesn't need anybody. But due to unfortunate circumstances with the class having to come together in order to reach their goals, since everybody's been slacking off, she practically was put into a hole where she was actually forced basically to start interacting with some of her classmates a little bit. And her character development to me in this show was probably the best. She still kind of wants to be by herself, you know what I mean? But her character development is the best. It's not too much character development, especially when it comes to the protagonist. He pretty much remains the same through the whole entire series. Um, but she has a brother, and he's in class A. He is the student council president. I think his name is um Malibu. No, some close something like Malibu or something like that. I forgot this dude's name. But he's basically the student council president, and he's upset with his sister for being in class A. So he basically despises her because he's in class A. He's the head nigga of that school. You know what I mean? And basically he's upset with her. and he was about to hit his sister like, you dumb bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was about to hit this girl. But then here come Akaji right here, Koji right here. He steps in like, what's up, boy? And they ended up pretty much about to fade. And this dude, being the type of person Koji he is antisocial. I mean, not antisocial. He has no personality, so you don't know what this nigga thinking the whole time. But this nigga's more athletic than I thought. This nigga was bobbing and weaving because freaking Suzuna's brother ended up swinging on him. It was some crazy shit. That was a dope scene. I was like, okay, there's more to this dude than I thought. This nigga's like an assassin or some shit like that. But he's pretty tight. But, at the end, she still doesn't really want to deal with Koji or anybody else, regardless of Anyokiji, regardless if he helped her or not. She still doesn't want to pull together with nobody, man. So, I'm sorry. So I know she just doesn't want she doesn't want to deal with her classmates at all whatsoever. So what ends up happening is, so like I said earlier, he never wants to take credit for a lot of things. And he ends up throwing it on her a lot. Like, he ends up, everything he does that's like really positive for the class, he threw it on her a lot. He also threw it on his another classmate named Kushida. Now this bitch, this little bitch, man. Oh my god, man. I like her. Like, I liked her at first. Like, she's a character that is, that plays the whole sweetheart and all this shit. You know what I'm saying? But man, this bitch got a dark side to her, dog. We found out, like, her goal was to become friends with everybody in class, which is, I'm like, that's the dumbest goal ever. Even before they found out, about this whole class coming together. She puts on this facade like she's the nicest person on earth, but she has a dark side to her. And she hates Suzune. She hates her. She hates her because she doesn't want nothing to do with her. So she hates her for that, which is trash. I'm like, oh man, like, oh well, like, you don't gotta like her, nigga. Just deal with her, pass the class, try to get as high up as possible. Like, keep it pushing. Like, that shit is annoying, bro. She gets annoying. So she ends up like throwing this fucking tantrum. And she was in Akaji's room not that long ago in the show. She went outside, threw a tantrum because she couldn't become her friend. Akaji chases after her to give her back her phone. He sees her throwing a tantrum, and she sees him, and basically she's like, "Don't tell nobody what you saw." Like, she basically blackmailed this nigga because he saw her dark side, that he didn't see that fake ass personality anymore, and now he said at her like, "Oh shit, which side is the real you? Are you really a sweet person, or are you really a dark person?" He don't know who the fuck she is no more. So she blackmailed this nigga, and she said that if you tell anybody you saw this, I'm gonna tell people you raped me. And he was like, how you gonna do that? She grabbed his hand and put her hand right on them titties. Yes, sir, them titties, boy. Them titties.
Them titties.
Them titties. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. And basically his handprint is basically on her clothes. So, she basically blackmailed this nigga. So this bitch is dark, man. There's some interesting characters in here, you know what I'm saying? I want to get into a couple of the competition between the classes now. I want to get into that a little bit. All right, so the competition between the class, it seems like each class has a person that, I want to say, they didn't really select to run it, but for some reason has more authority than everybody else in the class. I want to say kind of like the class representative, but it's like a position of power. And this goes back to Kushida. I believe she wants to be in this position. She wants to be able to be the one to run Class D. But I don't think she got the smarts and the brains to do that. That's all up to Anokoji. That's up to him. He seems like the smartest one in class. He half-asses everything. But the competition between the classes, it's really a divide with Class A and B. Like, for certain, they go back and forth. But we didn't get too much on Class B. Like, Class B is like we don't get too much on it. We got a couple. I think we learned about maybe 2 or 3 members from that class, but nothing much from them. Class A, of course, is the head. Everybody's fighting for control for some reason. They want to be the top students, but I don't see why do you guys want to be the top students? Why you guys want to be the top class? I don't see it. If the school already guarantees 100% graduation 100% employees. What are you guys competing for? That's the thing I didn't get out of this class. What do you guys how does this benefit you? I mean, you guys already get to go to college. I mean, they never said that one these students get to go to a better college. They said 100% you guys are going to college. 100% you guys are going to graduate. You know what I'm saying? If you guys are willing to do the work and get the points, you know what I mean? But why does there have to be a competition? That's what's confusing me. But these students, they turn that shit into a competition. You know, anything could be bought with points, from power, from loyalty, all types of things. If they earn enough points, they could get it. There's one particular student in there. I don't know how she did it. I don't know who this chick is. I forgot her name. But for some reason, she has 2 million points. It's the craziest shit ever. She has 2 million points. And Ionkaji, he saw that. But he tried to play it off like he didn't see it because, he has no personality. So it looked like he didn't see shit. But, so she became a character I'm interested in. So if we get a season 2, that's a character I want to pay attention to. What is she, a spy for the student council? Who is she? You know what I mean? Like, why does she have so many points? Is she a snitch? Does her daddy run the school? I mean, I know it's funded by the government, but does her daddy, have majority of power? I don't know what's going on. But these students, they turned this to a position of power. We got this dude in Class C. He's also a new student. His name is Ryun. Now, this dude, he practically just took over Class C. I don't think he's a new student, I believe. I think he's probably a second year, possibly, I don't know. But he basically wants that power. Like, for some reason, he wants to be in control. He already controls pretty much Class C. He has goons doing shit for him, beating up other students. This nigga had students, trying to sabotage students in Class D. The dude Soto that I mentioned earlier, he had dudes pretty much fight him because they know he's hot tempered and he's a dumbass. Like, this nigga, basically his grades are fucking low. Oh my god, this dude is ridiculous, man. But there's a lot, this dude does, and for some reason, some of the upperclassmen, like from Class B and A, they see his position of power, and they're saying he's a threat. And even the student council sees that. A couple of members from Class B see that. There's a lot going on here, and what I'm trying to figure out is why it's so important to take over this school. Why do people act like kings and queens in this school? And it's we didn't get much of that. We didn't get much of that at all. We just got like competitions. There was at the last few episodes, one of the last tests wasn't academic. It wasn't academics. Their last test was actually more of a survival thing. And they did the survival thing, and it didn't deliver what I thought it was going to deliver. So basically, the survival thing was basically they had to survive on the island for 7 days. They were given supplies like tents, a couple other things, a couple flashlights, whatever. Anything else they needed, like a porta potty, they had to be bought with points. So they were given a certain amount of points, and if they use up all those points, then basically that's a wrap. You know what I mean? But they could use up all their points, but it's not a wrap. But they will have to somehow earn them back, and the way they do that is they have to switch positions, every few days or every 8 hours, 10 hours, whatever the fuck, find a new campsite. They couldn't stay in the same spot and get too comfortable. I believe that's what it was, or I could be wrong. But there was this key card in general, so they elected a leader. And basically, whoever's name was on that key card was the leader of that particular group, which was the leader of the class for this particular game. So, basically the competition was, find out who the leader was. If you can guess whoever the leader was on each team, your class gets 50 points. If you guess wrong, then that class gets 50 points. It was like a little game like that. So certain students, they ended up spying on each other. It wasn't too much sabotage. It did not deliver. I thought these students were gonna go at it, like really try to like infiltrate. There's a couple of students who did. They infiltrated each other's camps, learn shit about them. But I thought it was gonna get a lot deeper. See, Class D, what I didn't like, they played it fucking safe. Like, it just felt like I was just watching. It felt like I was watching little kids just camp, and then little shit came up like. It's boys and girls, so his girls' panties came up missing and shit like that. And so they ended up blaming the boys, like little shit like that. And it was just like, all right, for sure. Then they ended up taking care of this one chick who was in Ryu's group, who basically he sent as a spy, to basically, check them out. You know what I mean, and get information from them. She ended up stealing the key card, and it, look, this shit did not deliver, bro. This survival game was just a bore to me, bro. It was a bore. They basically ended up losing all their points because Suzune ended up getting sick. Now, part of that is Suzune, sorry, ended up getting sick. Now, if people return to the ship and they quit, that whole team, the team loses like 100 and some points, and I think they're given 300 points. So they lost 125 points. One other student, he started off, he went back to the ship basically in the beginning of the damn event. So he was in Class D as well. So Suzune ended up getting sick at the end. So anyway, Anakaji, he ended up doing a bunch of shit and ended up getting them niggas the points back, and they ended up winning. To be honest, I'm summing that up because it did not deliver what I thought, man. The competition was mediocre as fuck. I understand the schools probably try to test them, survival skills. I don't know. Well, actually, I don't know what the school is really trying to test them on. You know what I'm saying? What maybe like gathering information. I don't know what it was because they were supposed to be on summer break, but they threw them niggas right on the island, and that island gave me nothing. Just slight, maybe like slight character development a little bit, but not much. But one thing I failed to mention about Ayokaji, this kid, this dude, says he's the protagonist, man, he basically he has a past, and um he doesn't talk about it, and like I said, he doesn't want to stand out. And they showed little flashbacks about his life. Looked like he was on some Promised Neverland shit. Like this nigga was trapped in like some type of like boarding school wearing white or something like that. He was forced to study, forced to do this. So and with those clips, with those little scenes, I'm seeing why he's the person he is. We didn't get much from it, but it seems like from what I've got, it seems like some people are after him, and that's why he's not trying to stand out. He came to the school for a reason. He got a threat from through a teacher saying that he to expel him. So whoever wants him expelled, they want him back to wherever the fuck he belongs. Because they showed a couple scenes where he was in a classroom, and teachers kind of favored him, I guess you could say, and then his classroom just kept getting smaller and smaller. It looked like, and until it looked like the last one was left. I don't know if they were sacrificed this test subject. I don't know what the hell I was seeing in that. Just is all a guess, all speculation. I'm not entirely sure, but he has a past and he's hiding from it, and there's a reason why he doesn't want to stand out. There's not much. I'm just jumping all over the place. I'm just talking about the show, you guys. I'm just talking about what I see and what I enjoy. You guys are more than welcome to check this show out. I'm going to start rating the animes at the end of a review. So this is gonna be my opinion on what I think about it, but I know there's gonna be another season to this show, but they have to deliver me. They have to deliver more because we did not get enough. There wasn't. They need to explain to me how this school system works, which is they need to explain the S point system a lot better. Why is it so important? What is what's dividing these students? What's driving them to compete with each other so much? They never explained that. They just want to be the top class. Top class is that the class has the. It's not like the class A has the most power in the school, but they make it seem that way. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is get points. You get the money. You study. Boom. You could be done. But this school is something else. And this school, I guess, like I said, is judging them based on merit. But why? You know what I'm saying? But it never brought to my attention that if you're at the top, you have a better chance of getting into college and getting a job. Like I said, they already said 100% of the students already graduate. Maybe there's something I'm missing. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna go ahead and rate this anime. I'm gonna give it at a scale of 1 to 10. I'm gonna give this shit a 6. A solid 6. I know some people probably like if they also watch this, I'm like, no, this anime ain't no 6. I'm sorry, but it just didn't deliver to me. This is all first impression. I'll probably will rewatch it, and then probably, my opinion might change on it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe some things I didn't catch earlier. You know what I mean? But all I know is season 2 has to deliver more if it comes out. Which you know how these studios be. But thank you guys all for pulling up, man. This has been another review, another discussion, really, about another anime. And I had fun doing this, man. Thank you guys all for pulling up. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. In the description below, there are my affiliates, channels that I affiliate with that I love. They're not anime channels, they're pop culture channels, but I love them all. They all inspired me to do this. But once again, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my video. And let me know what you thought about the show if you checked it out or you want to check it out. I'm the Virgo King, and I'm out. Peace.